Well, hey, Storm Nation, and it is Gary. We are back in Las Vegas, and we have a special guest right here. Mr. Pete Weber has made it in the booth for the day. Pete, welcome to Vegas.
Thanks for having me. This is a kind of an exciting thing for me because I don't get to do much commentating.
You're usually throwing the ball instead of being the commentary. So now, if Randy's ever given you grief, ever, one time, now it's your chance to give it back. Off camera, I'd like to introduce Don Mose, our regional manager out there in the, in the great Northwest, East, South. You're everywhere.
Wherever I'm needed.
You're everywhere.
Thank you, Gary. It's an honor sitting here with both you and Pete today. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We are going to bring a qualifying round. We're going to call some action. We're going to give away some prizes. Chad McLean is going to pop in and talk a little bit about a new product that we have launching, which is the Storm GT tape. So we've got a lot of cool stuff over the next maybe hour and a half or two.
The new GT tape, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and Chad is going to
Is that the
describe
magnetic stuff?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's really good for bowling and actually other sports. SK's been using it for golf, and Chad used it when he went hiking the other day, so they're using it all the time.
I've tried other tape like that, but it really didn't do anything for me.
Didn't help you out?
No.
Well, maybe when Chad breaks down the science of the new tape, Pete, you'll try ours and become a fan. Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. He actually has some stories that actually hold a lot of validity, and some personally with him that this tape has actually helped him overcome. It's good stuff.
That's right.
A lot of research in it.
I've heard other guys talk about the tape, but like I said, it really hasn't done anything for me yet. But maybe this new tape will do something. Maybe it'll take my hip problem away.
Yeah, you can tape up your hip.
Hey, you never know.
That's awesome.
Can I give a shout out to my kids quick?
Yeah.
Isabel and Nicholas.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you.
Okay.
Wow.
Very nice. Personal shout out.
Family shout outs.
Do you want any family shout outs, Pete?
I'm pretty sure none of my family's watching.
Okay. They would be tuned in if you were bowling for yet again another U.S. Open, right?
Well, yeah, they would be tuned into that.
Yeah.
My grandkids, my twin granddaughters, they love to watch me bowl on TV.
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, Pete, you're here for the next couple days, and they're making an announcement to everyone right now. I just heard Ed over the loudspeaker. They're announcing that you're a rival. That's pretty nice.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Blair wants a shout out too.
Blair, oh, my daughter Blair. So the little pause is to let Ed do his announcements, but basically, hey Blair, did you get us hooked up, B, on the social media? Did you tell our fans to tune in?
Did you tell anybody to tune in?
Did you tell anybody to tune in, Blair?
Are you still on the beach, Blair?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Blair has been in Florida.
Yeah.
She's been
vacation time?
She's bowling the PWBA. She's a good bowler. Everyone at Storm bowls. We all bowl actively, and actually one of the topics, Pete, and it's probably a sore topic a little bit, but I just got done bowling Nationals over at South Point. And I thought they were hard, and I bowled about 300 pins better than I thought I was going to. I had 1825 was my all-event score.
Smoked me by 120 pins.
Which is amazing. I thought that was – I can't believe I bowled plus because I thought they were really hard. How about you?
Well,
what was your experience like?
In the team event, I had a lot of problems because they hooked a lot more in the team event. I tried to play between like the second, third arrow, couldn't – ball hook way too much, so I had to start moving left, and then I finally got left far enough to where I could hit the pocket, but I just couldn't get the ball to drive through the pins. It was just flat 10, and I'd make a little adjustment off that. Big 4,
right?
And then in the doubles and singles, they were so much tighter there was a lot more oil on the lane, and I was begging the ball to hook. And there again, I could hit the pocket, but I couldn't get the flat 10s out.
Did you come, when you bowl something like that, do you come with the same mental tenacity that you do when you're bowling a U.S. Open or something? Or was it more like an enjoyable experience with some friends? Or what's it like mentally for you in an event like that?
Well, I'm pretty much there for the brackets.
You're there to win.
Yeah. I want to win in the brackets. And, this year wasn't very good. When you shoot 160, 160 out of the gate, you're pretty much done for the team. And, But, it's still, I'm prepared for it. I want to bowl good. And, if we wind up doing really good, then it's fun, This year, if they probably didn't have me on the team, they had somebody else on the team that probably would have done a lot better.
Well, I know it's got to be a little disappointing. I believe, and I shouldn't probably say this, but in my opinion, I believe you're the greatest of all time. I believe you've spanned every modern change in bowling. You've won with everything, and so. It's got to be a little tricky when you start out at the tournament 160, 160, and people are going, man, Pete Weber can't even bowl 200.
I'm human just like everybody else.
Yeah, of course.
I have my bad days too, but
luckily there are not many bad days.
Glad there are not many bad days out there.
Yeah.
But
what kind of future plans are coming up for you with your bowling? Like over the summer, are you bowling actively on the senior tour, or do you have other events that you like to participate in?
Oh, I bowl the senior events. Yeah, I don't think I missed one of those. But coming up, we got 3 more weeks left. Hammond, Indiana, Anderson, Indiana, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. Those are our last 3 stops on the senior tour, and I'm going to make all those. I need to win all 3 of them to even have a sniff at Player of the Year again. Haven't had a good year this year. But there's other stuff in the summer that I bowl. I bowl a couple doubles tournaments with my buddy Shay at home, which the last 2 years, and somewhere in Iowa we ran away and hid from everybody. And then there's another tournament on Sunday that's a triple elimination tournament. You got to lose 3 times to be out. And I wound up winning that one too, so it was kind of fun. It was a good weekend.
Nice.
Excellent.
Muscatine, Iowa. That's
Muscatine.
Yeah. Awesome area.
And what about the Ozarks? Do you go bowl the Ozarks, Greater Ozarks tournament down in Springfield?
I used to. 2 years ago, I bowled with Carolyn and Del Ballard.
That's a pretty good team.
Del. He's got to learn how to throw the ball harder again. But we had a good time. Won some money in the brackets. We did all right in the singles, all right in the doubles. So that was a pretty good weekend for me. But this year, for some reason, I couldn't go.
Couldn't make it this year.
And here's a question.
Doan, you're monitoring our chat today?
A little bit.
Okay, good. All right, let's do this.
Do you know Shaolin from Malaysia, Pete?
I've heard of her. I'm not real Shaolin.
Yeah, she's like the Malaysian superstar. She's like a national treasure.
She a Storm staffer?
Yes, she is.
Then I know her.
Yeah.
I thought the first time I was in Korea, I thought she was Korean. And I asked her to help me talk to the lady at the front desk. She said, I'm not Korean. So that was kind of a embarrassing little moment with me.
She has a unique little story. She's recognized as a country superstar. And there's actually pictures that she's taken and put on her Facebook page of her on billboards holding energy drinks and things like that.
Yeah,
so, she's very well known.
Yeah.
I know she's a national hero for the country of Malaysia, because I've heard the same, that she has billboards with her picture on it, and then holding sports drinks and things like that. So that's got to be cool.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
I think I would love to see myself on a billboard.
Hey, Blair wants to remind people that are tuning in and have the opportunity to basically be on this live chat with one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time, Pete Weber. Don't forget to share on your Facebook pages that this is occurring on our YouTube page. So Storm Bowling YouTube page, you can watch this live. Go to Facebook or your other social media outlets and let people know that they can tune in and gain some wisdom from the great Pete Weber and, of course, Doan Mose. I, on the other hand, have virtually nothing of substance to offer up. So
we got to have something to say about the Nationals. You beat me by 120. Come on.
That's dumb luck, I'm telling you. Dumb luck. So Tavio, our producer, he's going to be flipping our camera over to some bowling action. And I think we've got the lanes in front of us are 17 through, looks like 20. Is that what you could see, Doan?
Yes.
On our screen, 17 to 20?
Yes.
So we can call some action, see who's up there. It looks like Max Schellenbarger from Utah is there. And I saw Warren Eels over on 15 and 16. He's a great bowler.
We just
Who
had
else do we know out here?
We just had a gentleman shoot 300 this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hope he's using a storm ball.
I think he was.
It's great. He gets a $100
That's all I see
bonus.
out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's all
support.
I see out there, storm bowling balls.
A lot of support for our brand.
Of course, when you're the best company in the world, you know, it's kind of tough not to throw the great bowling balls.
You heard it here, folks. Pete Weber says go to your local pro shop and buy a storm ball.
Yeah, and can I plug it?
Plug it.
Absolutely.
Plug it? All right, I'm going to say get the new one called the Code Red. I threw that the first time at the USBC Senior Masters. Shot about 250 over with it, and then proceeded to use it in all the matches, and the only match I lost was to Walter Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, that ball is getting a lot of eyeballs on it. It rolls really good. They're using it a lot on the ladies' tour as well, as we hear reports from the men's events. So obviously it's a good product.
It reads the mid part of the lane a lot
Stronger than a Code Black, right?
Right. Yeah, the Code Black's a little farther down the lane, where the Code Red picks up a little bit earlier and reads the mid lane a lot easier.
Yep.
And that's really cool.
We do have a question here. One of the viewers is asking, do you use factory surface in a ball, Pete, or do you go ahead and make adjustments on the surface?
Jim Callahan takes care of that for me.
Jimmy Callahan takes care of that for me. Yeah. But a lot of the times, like in the major tournaments, we'll take it out of the box with the surface on it, and then we'll add surface to it, and to make it read the lane a little quicker for me.
Gotcha.
To tame down the back ends on the fresh oil, we do that. Very rarely does he take surface off my bowling ball. Very rarely does he take surface off. So, but yes, I do use the factory surface, and then actually probably add some too.
Very good. Also, one of the viewers would like to know if you could play a Baker's double with any current PBA bowler, who would it be?
Norm Duke.
That'd be a good draw.
I've always had my eye on him, and I just think that me and him would make a good doubles team.
I would imagine between you two, you guys might not ever miss a spare. Del Bauer says you and Norm Duke are two of the greatest spare shooters of all time. Was that true?
Well,
do you think?
I think I'm an excellent spare shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know about all the time, but, you know, everybody misses a spare once in a while. Even Walter Ray, I mean, you know, I think he's probably the greatest spare shooter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And even he misses spares every once in a while.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to miss a spare every once in a while. Period.
Just being human.
Yeah.
When it comes to Gary and I, just missing a spare, that's about every game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I'm surprised if I hit the pin that I left. I'm like shocked.
I'm just dang happy I keep it on the lane.
Yep. What else, Doan? What do you got going in? You've been here all week. How do you see the lanes playing? Pete's just flew in this morning, so he has not watched the tournament pattern, how it's playing. So maybe, Doan, give us your expertise on how it's playing, what balls have looked good. Pete just mentioned the Code Red. The Code Red has been looking really good this week. What do you think?
The code red actually looks excellent out here. Most bowlers have to break the surface a little bit. The fronts seem like they're a little more oil this year compared to years previous. The first part of the week, the bowlers could play a little bit further out and have a little bit for forgiving, or they could jump in the track area. It looks like today, from watching them, the out is a little bit more sensitive. Your angles have got to be really closed down. And using a little bit of surface. 2 days ago, urethane actually played exceptional. And you seen in the sweeper that night where
a lot of pitch blacks.
Yeah,
yep.
the top 3 were all urethane, and then plus a few more, qualified. It was very interesting. But today it looks like that there's a little bit more hang from the out, and you definitely want to play a little more in the track area.
I agree.
I kind of noticed that a little bit just watching earlier. That if you got the ball outside of 5 or the first arrow, it just kind of hung there.
Yep.
The guys that I saw bowl actually really good were playing between the second and third arrow, going pretty straight and hard.
Yep.
Not trying to circle it too much. So
yeah, that gets you in trouble. It's definitely a plethora of stuff being used. Anything from like our sister company, No Rules Solid.
I see No Rules pearls with a little bit of scuff on them.
Yep.
People have been able to open the lane up with that ball.
Yep. So it's to me, it's more of surface prep, which is actually more important right now than, as far as than anything with the ball.
Well, I like to throw the high road everywhere I go, so I'd be throwing a scuffed up high road. That ball's really good for me.
Oh, it's excellent.
I still got about 2 cases of those at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like that ball.
Hey, did you like the marble pearl when it was
Yes,
recently?
I did.
And now we were reintroducing that.
That's what I heard, and I haven't seen them yet.
Nope. No one's seen them yet.
No one's seen them yet.
Yeah, they're really being built now, manufactured, but they are the exact same marble pearl. There's no changes to this.
It's going to be red again?
It's the exact same ball.
All right.
I mean, it is. There are literally no changes. We just had so much demand for that product. People requesting, can you bring back the marble pearl? Can you bring back the marble pearl? And so Steve Klemkin, who kind of heads up all these product launches, as well as doing the marketing behind these product launches, is he's like, let's do this. So he got together with Hank Boomershine, and 2 of them kind of decided we're going to do this limited release of the marble pearl. So as you see them, folks, coming to your pro shop, you might want to go in and make that purchase because they will be there and gone, and we're not making them again.
Yeah.
So buy some.
All right, you need to send me some.
The Marvel Pearl, when I actually do bowl, to me it is the perfect ball between solid and pearl. It fits right in the middle there, and it leaves a lot of versatility. It plays in a lot of different patterns. It's a great ball.
Well, I'm pretty happy it's coming back because that was like one of my favorite bowling balls. Of course, every time I tell them it's one of my favorites, they discontinue
they
it.
get rid of it. You were a big fan of the Optimus. That ball rolled really good for you.
That's one of my go-to bowling balls that I like to use because I'm pretty sure I know what it's going to do, and I know it's going to hit the pins. I know it's going to go through the pins. So, and when I start getting into trouble, that's like one of my go-to bowling balls.
Ball, yeah, like it's your
that and the high road.
High road, yeah. So, folks, we've got in about 10 minutes or so, Chad McLean, our technical manager. Doan's going to be skipping out. Chad's going to be jumping in to talk about that new GT tape. And this looks like first frame of game 1 of this qualifying round.
Certainly
here.
is.
How many games do they bowl?
3 games.
3 games.
3 games, yep. So stay tuned to learn about the GT tape, and also get your friends watching so they can listen in to what Chad has to say. He did a lot of the development. He's studied it. He's gone to different classes on this product, and when we manufactured it, We made it to be different than all the other wraps on the market. And so it is a very good product, and we're proud of it. We're proud to launch it and introduce it. And hopefully you give it a try, pick it up at your local pro shop.
Yeah, Chad's the perfect person to put involved with this, just due to the fact that he has was it a degree in physical fitness?
Yeah, well, look at him, Don.
Yeah.
If you look at Chad and look at us, obviously there's a difference.
Yeah, poor guy starving to death.
On me.
He's got nothing on Pete.
Well, I guess you can definitely tell he doesn't hit the endless appetizers at TGF Fridays.
No, Don, that's been our dinner starting at 10 p.m. the last couple nights. I do not think we should do that again.
I agree.
Wow, 10 o'clock apps?
Yeah, we've been getting done here late, Pete, and so by the time we get to go have dinner, it's like 10 o'clock or something.
It's a little bit late.
Surprised you guys ain't ready for bed by then.
Oh, we are, but we're hungry.
You gotta get something to eat before you go to bed.
We're
right?
not little. We're not little people.
The bear's growling. It's time to feed it.
Wow.
All right, and also at 12 o'clock, we're going to do a product giveaway with PDW as our special guest. We're going to have a trivia question that only Pete can probably answer, but that's not true. You guys can find it out. But it's pertaining to the U.S. Opens that he's won, and so I'm giving you a little heads up on that, and you can jump in, and we will give away a cool prize to the winner.
Well, I'd like to thank Brad here. He just shot a message and he picked up a Sherlock, and he loves the ball.
Well, thanks, Brad.
Well, thank you for the support.
Yeah, we love the support. We're just a little family business, and I got to tell you, I say that kind of jokingly, but it's 100% factual. We are owned by a couple. Barb and Bill Chrisman own Storm. They've built Storm over the years with the help of a team that's everyone contributes, of course. But Bill and Barb provided the vision for our company, and now 30 plus years later, Pete's been with the company 21 of those years. Which, by the way, Bill Chrisman says one of the most absolute important things for him in the business was signing Pete Weber to Storm.
Yep.
He thinks that is the turning point of our company and really launched us into another level of business. And now we look back and we're very fortunate. We're the top performer in performance equipment. We sell products all over the world. We have a great team in place to kind of help keep pushing our products and innovating and making what we like to think are hopefully the world's best performing products. And still, we're just this family company. Like Bill was here the other day.
Small company in Utah, and I'll tell you what, that everybody knows everything that they need to know about bowling.
Yeah,
and isn't that why they call it the Bowlers Company?
I believe it makes sense. We all bowl,
or we all bowled at a competitive level at one time, for sure.
One time or another.
Yep,
absolutely. So kudos to Bill and Barb for having the vision, and Mr. Sims and Hank Boomershine and Steve Klumpkin and all these guys.
All these guys have been around since I've been around.
Yeah, yeah. They've just helped shape this, and I hope I didn't. I'm not going through the whole list of people that have helped Storm grow, but I'm just saying.
Well, you said
it's a lot of
been
people.
with them for 21 years, and there's not any other company in the world that I'd rather bowl for than Storm. I have confidence in my bowling balls. I have confidence in my people that make the bowling balls. I have confidence in my ball reps. You too, Gary.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Dylan takes care of me when we get together and have to do some stuff in the Midwest. Get together and
absolutely.
Everybody takes care of me out there. So I really appreciate everything that Storm has done for me.
Well, we're very fortunate to have you on the team, buddy. Our hats off to the guys at R&D. They work so hard, and they're always testing new ideas and new theories, and our hats off to them. They do a great job for us. It's definitely a team effort all the way around.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Pete, is there an interesting moment that that's really struck you in bowling that has got you to propel to the where you are today?
I don't know about one particular one. I think winning the Firestone Tournament of Champions was my 10th title. And then we were still using urethane. And then a few years after that, the reactive resin came out.
Yep.
And I think that might have been one of the things that changed me a little bit, because I really had a problem with getting these balls to roll in the middle part of the lane and hitting the pins, or, you know, going 60 feet down the lane or hooking at my feet. I had a lot of problems because of my side roll.
Yep.
And then my brother Rich got a hold of me and said, hey, look, you need to learn how to get the ball more end over end now, which is what I call forward roll. And that's, I went to the bowl, put on this glove, and it helped me stay behind the ball a little bit more. I still got a lot of side rotation, but I think after that, and then the fact that I joined Storm the very next year, I think that gave me an extra level of confidence in my game, and it made me a better bowler.
Excellent. Who was the bowler that stuck in your mind that was like your idol?
Mark Ross. He was definitely my idol.
He was definitely evolutionary in the game.
First time I ever saw him bowl, he shot 299 on TV, and I was like, that's how I want to bowl.
I remember that as a kid. That was incredible.
And then Dad took me to the bowl, and I said, how do you do that? he said, just get your arm up there. And I was like, okay. And that's how I developed my style, is by watching Mark Ross bowl.
Awesome.
And how have you adapted the style over all these changes in the game? I mean, like you were talking about urethane before, and man, you're seeing all these changes, and now these oil patterns, and everything has been ever evolving, and yet you still, I mean, for the most part, you dominate. You're like, I almost look and think it's a little bit, just watching from an outside perspective, it seems to me, Pete, that your tenacity, like you just have so much heart. We talked at breakfast, like why do you still bowl? It just, to me, it looks like you just love it, and you just want to win. You have a will to win. I
still love bowling. I still want to win. You know, if I'm don't love it and don't want to win, then why would I be doing it?
Why would you do it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I still love the game. I still love to win. The thrill of competition. Beating Walter Ray every once in a while, that always makes me feel good.
Yep.
But you know, it's my job. And this is what I've done for 37 years of my life, so as a professional. So this is what I want to keep doing. You know,
awesome.
Dad did it until he passed at 75, and I plan on still being out there at 75, going strong.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure the fans love to hear that. Chad, are you going to come join us?
Yep.
Chad is going to come talk about that GT tape as promised. And Doan, you'll be back at noon, right?
Yes.
We've got a prize to give away, and you're going to talk about the Code Red at noon.
Okay.
So, Chad, let's give Chad the headset. Chad, don't trip over the bowl of candy that Jamie from the TAT supplied our booth. We had like all this candy down here.
I'm about to eat that bowl of candy.
You don't eat candy, Chad.
I do eat
look
candy.
At you.
I do eat candy, Gary.
Hi,
Pete.
Hey, Chad, how you doing?
Honored
today?
as in your presence as always, my friend.
Thank you.
Chad, so, hey, welcome to the booth. You've been here at the TAT all week. You've watched a lot of competitors bowl. One of the things that I love about the TAT, this is one of my favorite tournaments that we go to every year, because it's such a diverse crowd as far as, you know, skill level. We have people that are bowling their first tournament, really, people that are really accomplished bowlers. Like I just saw Marvin Hale on lane. Oh, that's not Marvin. That was, I'm thinking Warren, bowling on 15. There's all these different types of skill sets, and they all are bowling within their own kind of division, whether it's age and skill level.
In their own element.
Yeah, and then it winds up tomorrow when we're doing the show, it's going to wind up crowning a champion for $20,000, which is a lot of money. And any of these bowlers can win. It's amazing. So what have you seen? Do you like it? This is your first TAT you've been to.
It is fun. I see a lot of guys that I knew from back east in Florida, which is really cool. I didn't think that, you know, they came out to something like this, but they do. I'm very impressed. I see guys from California that I've known, that I've met, and we got Max Schellebarger on lane 17. I bowl league with him on Mondays at our home center, Ben Lomond in Ogden, Utah. He's doing pretty well. I think he made the cut in one try.
Yeah, he's already in, so he's just bowling this round because he probably paid for one of those packages. Like, you can buy multiple entries at one time at a discount. So he's just trying to stay sharp, and maybe he's playing a little bit of bracket action in the back. You can get in brackets as well. So Chad, while we have Pete here, we were talking before you came in the booth about the tape, the GT tape.
Yeah.
And Pete has tried. He says it doesn't do anything for him. He's never tried the GT tape, obviously, because it's brand new. And so who better to talk about it than the guy that helped design it, Chad McLean, right?
Yeah.
Like you're our physical fitness dude at Storm.
Yeah, I dabble in it.
You dabble in it. And so why is GT tape different than other tapes on the market, and how do you bowlers give it a try?
Absolutely. So GT tape is different from the other brands on the market, first of all, because, well, let's examine the name GT. GT stands for germanium and tourmanium, which has been proven to increase.
Can you spell those?
German with an I-U-M.
Okay.
And then, didn't know you're going to have a crash course in spelling.
Yeah. Is there a final exam at the end of this? And tourmanium, which does a lot of the same. So it helps improve circulation, which in turn leads to increased recovery time. Or improved recovery time. So that's what GT stands for, GT, in the GT tape. It is, the fabric itself is very thick, which is a good thing. It's got high tensile strength. It does stretch lengthwise. It does not stretch side to side. But I have been told the stretch is more than enough to basically fit anybody. They all come in pre-cut packs, or pre-cut strips. It's 20 per pack. Retails
20
per pack.
Okay.
It is available. You can read more about it on the Storm website. It is available for purchase, I believe. Retails for about $25, which is very competitive with the other tapes in the market right now. But the cool thing about the GT tape, I've noticed that when I've used it and during the testing process, I actually felt a kind of a tingly, cool sensation across my skin. It's not medicated like icy hot, but
right.
I do believe it's because of the additives, the germanium and the tourmanium in it, that actually push that blood through all the different layers of the dermis and underneath.
And on that point, one of the things that you told us in our last company meeting, you explained why it works, right? You explained that. And I don't think people understand it. So could you go into how that, why exactly, what it does? Yeah, give us some details.
So when you bump your elbow on something and it really hurts, you hit your funny bone and it's not so funny, but it's funny to everybody else. The pain pathways that go from, say your hand to your brain are very small, and there's not very many of them. So light touch neural pathways that go from your hand to your brain are much larger and more numerous in quantity. So when you hit your elbow, you're sending all this pain to your brain, correct? So when you rub it, it feels better. It's because you're stimulating all of those fine touch receptors that's on top of the skin, and those essentially block the pathways that the pain travels along. So it cancels them out. They totally supersede the pain and can virtually make the pain go away in any part that you put the tape on. Plus the additive benefit of the germanium and the tourmanium help with increased blood flow. So if there's an inflammation like tendonitis, it definitely helps with something like that.
What if I have a habit of just saying really stupid things from time to time, and Leanne looks at me sideways? So can I just use this and put it on my mouth? Will that work? Like if I cover my mouth with it?
It's very sticky, so that's another thing about the
You don't want to do that, okay.
Yeah, it'll be a good waxing.
Yeah, let's not do that, okay.
But about the adhesive, it does activate when it gets warm, so your body heat, the longer it stays on, the better that glue sticks. If you were to put the tape on and rub it, increase the friction, that'll also activate the glue. It stays on for 5 to 6 days. You can wear it in the shower. It's totally waterproof. But when you go to take it off, The interesting thing that you can try is putting lotion on it or a coconut oil, and that goes through the tape and essentially emulsifies the glue, and so the tape just falls off, so you don't have to worry about it hurting or taking hair with you, and it's way better that way.
That's part of the fun of taking it off is taking the hair with you.
When during the testing, I was covered head to toe in this stuff, and my 4-year-old daughter Kinsey thought it was the best thing in the world to come up and rip it off and listen to Daddy squeal.
Scream.
She loves it.
You're just screaming.
She cracks up.
Great.
That is fantastic.
But yeah, GT tape. It's really good stuff. The pros, we're getting some amazing feedback. Rocio Restrepo absolutely loves it. She can't bowl without it right now.
By the way, she's killing them at the PWBA event down in Florida this week. But it's going on right now. She's bowling like literally right now.
As we speak.
So Pete, are you willing to give it a try now that Chad has explained the science behind it?
I will always give anything a try.
Would it help Pete?
I'm not afraid to try anything.
Okay, so Pete's been going to the doctor for it's a back issue that creates the hip injury or the hip pain, right?
Yeah.
At the bottom of my back, I pinch a nerve. And, the first couple times it happened, it was going to my right hip. And the last 4 or 5 times, it's gone to my left hip. So I'm pretty sure that.
And it's caused you to withdraw from.
Oh, it's caused me to withdraw from many tournaments.
When you're playing really well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The Masters tournament, I was doing really good there, and then all of a sudden, one shot, I just could feel it. As soon as I got on the approach, he was like, "Yeah, your hip's going out," and it sure did. Sure enough, it did, and I wound up finishing the tournament. But still, it didn't get any worse to where I couldn't take the pain. Shooting the spares is what's the problem because you stretch a little bit more, so you pull on it a little bit more. But like in Reno, the first year that I got this, I almost fell down 3 times just walking to the foul line.
Just because it hurt so bad?
Well, no, because it was giving out. And, yeah, it did hurt. It did hurt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was giving out. And the doctor came up with arthritis. And he's actually increased my arthritis medicine. But, if I can get some more of this pain away, hey.
Yeah, every little bit helps. Yep.
Especially when you start getting 55. I can imagine what some of these 60-year-old feel.
Oh, goodness.
So could this tape, I don't know, I mean, I'm just asking, could it help with some of his pain or alleviate some pain or provide some level of support if it was applied properly, like on his back?
It'll absolutely provide support. How much pain is dependent upon how deep it is in relationship to the epidermis. So if it's in your spine, that's awfully deep.
It's not going to help with that, of course.
Right, but it will give you more stability, which is very important, and help actually support the areas that you want it, that you need it to. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well.
And so, Chad, you went and did took classes on this, as I understand it. You and a couple guys at Storm went out and actually learned scientifically how to apply this tape, because there's a trick to it, right?
There's definitely a trick to it. You want to stretch out the skin and not necessarily the tape itself.
Okay.
Stretch the skin.
Stretch the skin.
So
if you were to bend your wrist down like that, if you need it on your wrist, start on the anchor it on the back of the hand and then pull it up, and then so by the time that you straighten out your hand, your skin does the wrinkle. Right?
Yeah.
You can imagine it would wrinkle up.
Right.
That's when you know it's working, because that's what activates the light touch receptors that I was talking about. So if it's not wrinkly, it's not.
I always
put
thought
on
you did that.
the right
You
way.
stretched the tape,
absolutely.
not the.
So that would include, like, if I put it on my back and.
So you'd want to lean
You'd
over.
have to lean over,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
Yep. And then when you stand back up, it'll be very wrinkly,
Okay.
basically, and that's when you know you put it on right.
We got some folks in the chat room. We've got Brian Gustafson. He went from averaging 190 to 211 when he switched to Storm equipment. Brian, great. Keep up the good bowling. Mike,
Told you we're the best.
Yeah, Pete said that earlier. He says we're the best. You should throw Storm balls. Mike says, what's the pattern? This is a new pattern for the TAT. It's, I believe, 39 feet. It's been playing very It's been moderate scores, as you can see in front of us. We had a 257. It's a nice game. We have a 200. Most people have started playing the pattern on the outside part of the lane on the fresh, and a lot of urethane. We've seen a lot of pitch blacks going down the lane with a lot of surface.
A lot of pitch blacks.
A lot of pitch blacks in the mornings and on the fresh. And then as the day goes on, I've seen a lot of people migrating inside the track with balls like a Code Red. Mm-hmm. The Code Red's been really good this week for those that have it. Even a high road with some surface has been pretty good. You can't move in, just throw a shiny ball though.
No, you
yeah,
don't
that's been disastrous for some folks.
You don't see good scores with shiny right now.
Well, this guy in front of us that had the 257, I was watching him in practice, and he had some pretty good surface on his stuff.
Yep.
And then he just all of a sudden changed bowling balls and
250.
250. Yeah.
Yep.
So
it's a good start to his qualifying squad. The bowlers will bowl one game, then they'll move, as is customary in a lot of tournaments. So they'll move to the next set of lanes. I think they skipped like 10 pair or something like that. The people in front of us right now are going to wind up in the 30s, and they're.
If you're bowling in the Orleans, there's a good chance you're going to be walking. You're going to get your steps in.
You're going to get to your 10,000 steps, right?
Very quickly if you bowl at the Orleans.
Especially if you start on a high end or
you
got to
have to
go to
make
the
the
low
turn.
end. Yeah.
Chad, Pete, and I were talking about our Nationals experience.
Yeah.
You bowl Nationals. Is it tomorrow?
I bowl tomorrow, yes.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, sharp.
We had some talks back home about how you're going to lay out your bowling balls. You were going to go pin on axis. I said you need to go pin an eighth of an inch from your axis.
Yes, I know. I just said, let's do 0.
Do
Why
0.
not? I mean, I know I'm good enough I can tell the difference between an eighth and 0.
Yeah, right.
So I hope that really isn't my undoing. Yeah, we bowl tomorrow. The game plan is obviously pretty similar to everyone else. Surface, smooth, big balls, solid, ace in. Really slow response. You want it to get into that roll pretty much as early as you can. So, but yeah, that 0, I drilled a 0-inch IQ. Pin is on my axis and is actually, I'm very impressed. I kind of get the look of urethane without that feel of urethane, which is pretty unique. And I got a couple other guys on the team to do it as well, and they were impressed with the way it rolled. So hopefully that will come into play tomorrow for sure.
So, Pete, where do you go from here? After Vegas, you get to go home for a few days, relax. What's the deal?
Oh, I still got about 2 weeks at home before I have to do anything.
Okay.
So just go home, relax.
Play golf.
Play a little golf.
And you belong to a club. You told me you guys have games when you're home. You play with the same group of guys. You guys have some fun. You have a set game, correct?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And would you say you win more than you lose in those games? Or because you're a very good golfer, right?
I used to be.
Used to be, okay.
I used to be, yeah. I'm having problems with that S word right now.
S word.
I don't want to say it.
Neither do I. It's a bad word.
Okay.
It's called the shank.
Okay.
And
another good one.
I've been having a problem playing. I play like 15 holes really good, and then all of a sudden I don't know how to hit the ball anymore.
Oh, wow.
But my friend gave me a little tip last week, and all of a sudden my ball's starting to go a little straighter. Putting's starting to come around a little bit better now, too. I actually have last 4 rounds have been under 80.
Nice.
That's the first time in 3 months I've entered a score under 80.
Are you a good putter in general? Typically.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, I'm sure that hip hasn't exactly loosened up your swing,
You said it didn't hurt when you golf, though.
No, it didn't hurt
really?
when I golf.
Good.
I guess my mom tells me I use a different set of muscles, so
yeah,
maybe that's why.
I have not played around this year.
Uh-oh.
No golf yet. Barrett's into it a little bit, but he's been super into basketball, so we've been going shooting hoops and at the park by our house. That's what's occupied his time. He has football starting up. That'll be exciting. He likes football. I just haven't been playing golf. I actually thought about bringing my clubs out here, but the problem with out here right now, it's like 114 degrees, and it's just
so
too much
hot.
for me.
But it's a dry heat.
Yeah, right. It's a dry
I
heat.
think Bill and Barb just played golf, right? Yesterday?
Did they?
Yeah.
They can
Said it was
do
hot.
it like in the morning, right? Like if you get out and play early morning, I think it's
Yeah,
okay.
that's not too bad.
Because
but
you
if
can
go
finish
out,
up before it gets too hot.
You go out in the afternoon, man, it's hot.
Yeah.
Tavio, our producer, is taking a photo. He's photo bombing us or something. I don't know what
He's the
doing.
producer. He can do what he wants.
Somebody wanted to know, Jamie Bunch, where's Kendall? Kendall is right here. I'm looking at him. He just walked. Well, now he just walked away.
He gone.
Kendall that's out here. He's going to be bowling with Chad. And who else is on your team, Chad? Are you guys like a stack team, one of the super teams?
You'd like to think so.
Yeah.
But
you got a lot of good players. So
we got
who's
some
on?
good
Who's on
players.
it?
We got
Give us the
Kendall
list.
Miles,
Yep.
who was a big-time collegiate bowler at Weber International down in Florida. Nate Garcia, he was also on the team.
Yep.
Which he just graduated, I believe, and he won the national championship this year for
Oh,
Weber.
wow.
He's
Great.
really. I mean, they're good. These
Good
two
bowlers,
guys.
yeah.
Kendall's dad, Randy Miles, good friend from Atlanta. And then we got Gary Faulkner, the right-handed Gary Faulkner,
Okay.
as he likes to refer to himself,
Okay.
who lives in West Virginia, and very knowledgeable, very
The right-handed.
the right-handed. Yep. And then we have actually 3 companion teams this year. It's the most we've ever done. We've only had our 2 teams, our 10 guys, but now we've got guys, a lot more coming from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, I believe. Then we actually brought a group from Utah this year.
Nice.
So it'll be nice to, I'm sure you would agree, just hanging out with everybody, and
It's fun.
That's really what it's about. The older I get, that's what I try to do, is just have fun with it.
Yep, I got to bowl with my buddies back from California, and a couple of them haven't bowled nationals in a few years, and so that was fun for them, except for the actual bowling.
Yeah.
Because they bowled bad and they didn't have much fun. But we had nice dinners, and we had fun conversations.
Yep.
And we did have fun while we were bowling.
Yep.
It's just the lanes were quite challenging and probably above our skill level, I guess.
Well, if you had that 1/8.
Yeah, the 1/8
Axis.
That's for you, the big high rev guy, not for me.
That
Me,
1x2x3 layout is my favorite.
I use
Blair.
Schlem's Daredevil trick,
Ooh,
and then I use the high road.
good one. Yeah.
Because that's what I
Later
throw.
on, yep.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Hey, Bryson Rogers, who's just bowling right now on lane 20, who's a super fan of Pete Weber, wanted to ask Pete, how do you prepare yourself mentally to step up in the 10th frame and perform? Pete, how do you do that?
I don't do anything different in the 10th frame than I do the rest of the game. I stand in back of the approach. I look at the lane. I visualize the shot I want to throw. Then I pick my ball up. And as soon as I get set, take my breath, blow it out, and go. The longer I stand there and think about it, the harder it is to throw the ball.
Absolutely.
So that's why I do everything behind the approach, so when I get on the approach, I don't have to think about it. But that's...
So you literally, the first frame, the 5th frame, the 10th frame, your process is exactly the same, and you don't feel that, man, I need this hit or anything. This is an important one, or
Well, sometimes you think of that, but the more you think about it, the harder
the
it's going to
worst.
throw the ball.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing when you need a strike to win or do something like that is make sure you're relaxed on the approach. And that's why you see just about every professional bowler that you watch on TV, they'll take a deep breath and then let it out. And as soon as they let that breath out, they're gone.
They go.
They go because that you get all the tension out of your body. So it's easier to let the ball go.
Pete, I like that routine. I think I'm going to adopt that first thing tomorrow at team event.
Yeah?
At South Point. Yes.
It's probably
Sounds
pretty
like a
good
good
advice coming from the greatest of all time. I'm just saying.
You guys keep
Pete,
saying
there's actually
the greatest.
There's actually
what?
a very. Go ahead.
You guys keep saying the greatest, and I always thought my dad was.
Nah, that's nice, yeah. I know it's hard for. It's just yeah. That's a topic up for debate, right? In my opinion, that's all. In my opinion, which means virtually nothing, which we've identified earlier. So what do we got? We got Karen, hi Pete from Kenny.
Oh, hi Kenny. I know he's watching.
Alex Hoskins, who made the
Who's
TV
that?
show at the Masters, works at
Kicked
Storm.
my butt.
He says, "Stay in the process. Just stay in the process," which is exactly what Pete Weber just said. Just keeping the deal. Mike wants to know if Pete's bowling the regional in St. Charles. St. Charles, you guys got a regional by your house? You gonna bowl in that? Don't know about it.
I don't know about it.
He
yet.
doesn't know about it yet. Peter Potter, who's recovering from surgery, says good morning. He's off crutches. Code Red matchup waiting to be drilled once I'm medically cleared.
Peter, I medically clear you. Go bowl.
Chad, he just had surgery like a week ago.
Hey,
I don't think you can medically clear him.
I lift weights.
I lift weights. I can
Go
do
for it.
this.
I can sign a script.
Oh, man. Doan is taking over the Snapchat channel. Oh, my gosh. Blair says, this just in, Doan is going to take over the Storm Snap. So if you guys like Snapchat, Doan's very funny dude. He's going to be taking that over the rest
He's
of today.
been doing that all week.
He Snapchats his own thing. He's got his own, like, Doan World or something. I don't know what it's called.
I can never say I've chatted my snap. I'm not into the.
We don't do the Snapchat.
No.
That must mean you're too old.
What is that?
What's
Exactly.
Snapchat? Yeah.
I don't know what the kids do today.
Yep. Pete XY Lun says, "Hey there, Pete. Should I polish or grind?" I'm saying that means sanded. Sand my Optimus. Man, I think it depends on the condition. But what do you think, Pete?
I really believe it's the condition if you want to. I mean, you can always put surface on. You can always take it off. So it really depends on what surface or what conditions out if you put surface on it or shine it up. You know, that's up to you. If you don't like the way the ball rolls or you don't like what you're seeing, then yeah, put some surface on it. And if you don't like that, you can always take it off.
Shine it back up. And Pete is going to make his caddy, Jim Callahan, available to come and do that for you, XY Lun. We don't know where you live, but Jim will be over to watch you bowl league, and he'll surface up your ball.
He does
Is
all
that-
mine. I'm
Yeah.
telling you what. He might have a 2,000 pad in his hand. He might have a 500 pad.
Hey,
in his
Jimmy,
hands.
we're sorry. We're sorry we just volunteered you for that.
Oh, he'll get over it.
Pete,
He'll
actually,
get over it, yeah.
the first time we met Pete was in Orlando at Bowl Expo about 4 or 5 years ago. And we had the Optimus was one of the balls. And,
All right.
And I remember you talking to me for about 20 minutes on why you like that ball. And,
Oh.
you know, that Pete, he was a real swell guy. He spent a lot of time with me, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, his Optimus reminded me that you really
You
like
must
that.
have been nice to me. That's why I was being nice to you.
Yeah. We got a new crop of bowlers just entering our screen, so of course we wish them all well. We'll see what they play. Looks like the lefty that just bowled on 20 he's very into it.
He
Ooh, that's
is into
struck.
it. He's a buddy of mine from Florida.
Is he?
His nickname is Money Pants because, well,
I can barely notice him with those
Yeah.
subdued pants on.
what'd you say, Gary?
Subdued.
His pants are too loud.
His pants are loud.
Subdued,
They're-
yeah.
Yeah. He's blending right in.
Those are a little too loud for me.
You don't see yourself wearing those, Pete?
No.
It's more of a Kyle Troop
Yeah. Right.
ensemble.
Kyle got Jasper to wear his
Yeah.
matching
he did.
pants at the doubles.
The black and
I was
white,
kind of
yeah.
like pretty shocked
Yep.
to see Jasper in that.
Now, if Jesper pulled out the pick, then I would have been impressed. I want to see Jesper with the.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been fun.
They had picks. They had picks on the show. Jesper had a pick too, right?
did?
Yeah.
Wow.
They had double picks
Gotta
on
watch
there.
the replay.
Yeah, we got to watch that. Well, I think they did, but, you know, I'm old. I forget things. So
That's why you should Snapchat.
Hey,
Gary.
I got picked with Kyle.
He did?
Yeah, we were bowling a Pro-Am in Columbus. I said, give me that pick, and I started picking my hair. I actually think that made a Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Pete, what do you think about social media? Are you into social media? What, I mean, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you care?
It's not like
it's not your thing.
I'm not going to die over it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I have Blair do my web
Blair,
page for me.
Yeah.
Blair does a good job.
I post every once in a while on it, but not very often. And
do you kind of keep to yourself when you're not out in the public sector? Like if you're not here today with all these hundreds of bowlers around, do you kind of prefer to just be with your buddies playing around a golf or I know it's kind of both, right?
I like to be at the golf course, but then again, you know, when I'm home, I like to be at home.
Be at home.
I don't get to be at home a lot anymore. So, you know, so when I get home, I sit in my chair with my remote, just watch TV, chill out.
Relax. Do you have a favorite show that you like watching, or is it sports?
I'm not a sports fanatic. I mean, I love to watch sports, but, you know,
you're not.
If there's something else on I want to watch, I'm not going to be watching. I'm going to watch what I want to watch.
Yeah.
But I kind of like Last Man Standing. That's kind of cool. All the cop shows like NYPD Blue.
Did you like CSI, stuff like that? Yeah.
CSI Miami, Law and Order.
Reno 911.
No.
Reno.
No.
It's pretty funny for me because I'm very close to Pete's age. I'm just a little younger, and then we have Chad and your generation, and then you hang out with people that are slightly younger than you, and it's funny because I think I was telling someone, I think Doan, we were talking about it. I said these guys watch YouTube like all day.
Yeah.
Like you guys are always on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's amazing. And I hear everyone laughing around the office because they found some funny video or whatever. I don't know what it is, like a cat, like, I don't know, riding a dog or something. I don't know what it is.
Wow. Really?
I don't know.
The most recent one was a cat with tape on him, like a kinesio tape. And
yeah.
I recommended we do one of those, but it wasn't well received.
Blair thinks someone should give. Blair thinks we should give Gary Snapchat lessons. Caleb, I know Caleb. He's here. He's at the TAT.
Must be doing it from his phone.
Oh, he wants. Yeah, he's here. He needs. I think Caleb is one of Alex's friends, a group from Mexico. There are about 50 players that come up. And I believe when I saw Caleb the other day, he's part of Alex's group. I'm not sure. But he wants Pete to wish him luck because he has his last chance in a few hours.
All right, Caleb. So good luck on your last chance. Better do better than the last couple then.
Yeah.
Get that storm bowling ball out.
Christopher Nofuente, who's from Northern California. He says hello. Hey, we know the Nofuente's great bowling family back in the Sacramento area. Hello, PDW. And
hello.
Yeah, Sean Connolly says hello to everyone. Thanks for tuning in, watching. Chad, what else you got on the GT tape before we let you get back to? I know you've been mapping out a lot of balls. You've been helping the players with layouts and technical advice this week. Any other last-minute thoughts on GT tape?
I think everyone should honestly give it a try. It is different from all the other products in the category on the market right now. My good friend and boss, Steve Klemkin, wears it almost religiously, daily. I mean, on his elbow. He really believes in it, and a lot of pros are starting to pick up on the
the benefits of it.
The benefits of this tape and what it offers them. Everyone's experience is unique, and I think that's the important thing to remember. So yes, GT tape is good stuff. Very good stuff.
Very good.
Well, you got me convinced. I'm going to try it.
Okay. See?
There we go.
If it's the if it's good enough for the greatest of all time, it's good enough for you too.
There you go.
Gary, talking to you.
There you go. I'll give it a try for my typing. I think that was. I was like
on them
thinking,
fingers, huh?
I can tape your
carpal
fingers.
tunnel.
I can
Carpal
do
tunnel.
individual fingers if you want.
That would be awesome. Love that. We could get some for Blair for her thumbs for her working her phone.
Yeah. Blair Thumbs Blumenshade.
All right, Chad. Well, thank you
guys.
for all the info.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by and
right,
chatting
All right,
with
Chad,
us.
thank you
All right,
very
bye-bye.
much.
And Doan's going to come back, and we're going to give away some a prize or something like that, Doan said. Doan's one of our regional managers, and he's going to – so it's coming off his budget. We're giving – Doan is taking it off his budget, this code red
Hey,
for
the Midwest.
Pete Weber.
And
They just moved all their territories around on our sales guys, so I need Doan to give us his
There's areas now.
Yeah, so Doan, we were just trying to explain, like, you guys on our regional managers, you had a shift in your territories.
Yes.
And so I think Pete and I, we don't even know yet who's where. And can you give us a breakdown for our fans that are listening, Pro Shops? Who is taking care of what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Brett Cooper actually went ahead and he moved it pretty much into Tyler's old position, which
Okay.
was Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. He still covers Colorado. I think he covers Arkansas also. Lee Up has now moved into New Mexico.
Okay. So he's down here in Vegas, and then California, Southern
Yes.
Cal, and now New Mexico.
And now New
Okay.
Mexico. Alex covers Utah, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, Western North Dakota, Western South Dakota, and
Jeez, Alex. Why don't you
I know.
drive some miles, Alex?
do you think he might see a tree or two?
Probably.
He is. He's going to be driving.
I'm
and
still
then-
thinking about this Montana, Wyoming thing.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful country up there.
Oh, I
My
bet it
God.
is.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Myself, Steve Todd took over Ohio, but Steve's territory hasn't changed from there very much yet. I'm now covering the eastern side of North Dakota, South Dakota, and I'm covering all of Iowa. And then Travis has moved over. I know he's covering New Jersey.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. He's covering Virginia. He's covering North and South Carolina, I think. And then Mickey is covering the upper part of New York up into the New England area. And as far as in Canada, I cover from Ontario all the way on over to the East Coast. Alex will cover Alberta. And then on the far west coast.
So Alex, not only does Alex take care of all of northern part of the U.S., he also takes care of all of Canada. What's the kid?
Well,
the poor kid. He's going to be like never
He's
home.
young.
Yeah, he's young. He
He's
can
young.
do
He
it.
can handle that.
So
Sorry, Alex. Sorry for your luck. I know you're not sorry. You're such a great addition to our Storm family, and you do such good work for us. We appreciate it all. I want to go to the live chat real quick. Hey, from Jimmy, PDW, baby, you're my absolute favorite bowler. Keep it rolling, brother. Storm Nation. Hello from Pinole Lanes in Pinole, California. You used to bowl Pinole. Hello from Pinole. You used to bowl a tour stop in
There
Pinole.
used to be a stop in Pinole, California.
Yeah. Pete, do you ever use other bowling companies' bowling balls besides Storm?
Absolutely not. That would be a big sin.
That would be not. That would be a no.
I value my contract, too.
Sean Connolly, do you have any advice for big bowling tournaments like Junior Gold coming up for me? So obviously, Sean is a youth bowler. He's going to go be bowling in the biggest youth event in the world, Junior Gold. That's in just
Next
man,
week,
what's that? A week and a half or so? Yeah.
About next week,
Yeah. Do you have any advice for Sean?
Stay calm.
Stay calm.
Stay calm, cool and collective. Make the best shots that you know how to make. Don't worry what other people do. Worry about what you do.
Oh no, this person, Lara Sands, Wait, did Illinois lose Doane?
No. I'm still covering Bloomington.
Okay.
It's Illinois.
Illinois. Thank you. Thank you. That's how you say that?
Yeah.
The only thing I
S
know
is
how to
silent.
say, the only thing I know how to say in Illinois is Portillo's.
Oh.
If you guys, have you ever been?
Oh, I've been to Portillo's, yeah.
Oh man, that's so
But
good.
the best one in Chicago is Gene and Jude's.
That's you went there last time, right? You took
Yeah.
Gene
someone.
and Jude's, a double dog.
Oh, my
That's
God.
good?
Delicious.
Oh, absolutely.
Gene and Jude.
I started going to Gene and Jude's in like 1981 when Mark Fay came out on the tour because he lived in Chicago and
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, this is the best hot dog ever." I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
You're like, it's a hot dog. How good could it be, right?
But when I went, it was.
Yeah.
The hot dog, French fries, whatever else you want on it.
And do not ask for ketchup.
Nope.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
is that?
They'll ask you to leave.
Yeah.
That's like a bad thing.
That's a
Asking
bad
for
thing.
ketchup?
Yeah. They might get out the shotgun and blow your head off for that.
Like I just want
That's
some
great
ketchup.
customer service.
What?
You know, it's one thing Chicago does offer. They offer a wide cuisine as far as different types of foods. They're known for their deep dish pizza,
Oh yeah.
gourmet hot dogs. And as far as their Chicago-style pizza, I mean, there's plenty to choose from. Illuminati's,
Yeah.
Giordano's, which I love Giordano's.
There was one downtown. I forget the one downtown when we used to bowl at the team event there. That was right around the corner too, but it was awesome. And I'm not a big pizza guy, but that stuff was really good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Hey, we have a question. This is actually a question I wanted to ask too. So Daniel, it must be from Malaysia because he's saying to please come to Malaysia. Would like to know how the glove that you use affects your game and your release. Now everyone knows you have a golf glove, right? It's
Right.
a traditional golf glove. Is that right?
Traditional golf glove, yeah.
And so why do you use that versus like one of the bowling gloves? It's like a stickier, I don't know.
For one, they don't make too many bowling gloves with fingers in them.
Okay.
Keep the fingers in them.
Yep.
The main reason I wear the glove is for protection against the finger grips that I use.
Okay.
I've been with Vice a long time, so. But when I bowl a lot and I don't have that glove on, my fingers cut in the creases and on the sides.
Okay.
And if you ever try to get new skin to stick in a crease in the sides,
Not good.
It doesn't work.
Not good. Okay.
So I had to find a way around that, and I just cut the thumb out of a golf glove and started wearing it. I had to go 2 sizes bigger with my grips, but I don't get any worse feel. I don't get any better feel. I get the same feel as I always got before. I don't get any more rotation on it because a lot of people think with that glove that you get more rotation.
Okay.
But I really don't get any more rotation.
Okay.
So the only reason I wear that glove is to protect my fingers against the finger grips.
Got it.
Gary, we have some good news here.
Yes.
Laura has been kind enough to tell us that Portillo's is coming to Bloomington, Illinois.
How is that good news for me, Doane?
Because
I live
next
in
time you
Utah.
come travel with me, we'll go through Bloomington and we'll get our hot dog fix on.
We'll be going to Portillo's.
Oh,
That's still 2.5 hours from St. Louis. 2.5 hours closer, though.
yes, it is.
I think it's Bloomington where my good buddy Dave Bartlett lives.
Yes, it is. And
Love me some Dave. I got to see him at Bowl Expo for a short minute or two.
his
And,
bowling center is gorgeous. Their remodeling there is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. What's the name of the center?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Can't remember. Yeah. I can't remember either. Sorry.
I know the one bowling center that I always bowled at in Bloomington, they used to have a regional at, was Circle Lanes.
Circle Lanes.
Is that?
Bartlett, is that your center? We don't know. We're going to do some homework and find out.
We're Googling it right now.
Yeah, we're asking Google or Siri or something like that. So Jericho wants to know, what is a recommended bowling center every bowler should go to, and have you ever bowled at round one? I don't know what round one.
Round one is a Japanese-owned. They have a lot in Japan of round one. Yes, I've bowled at many of them.
Yeah, that's Bartlett's. Pheasant Lanes.
Pheasants Lanes.
Actually, they've opened one or two of them in California, I believe, in the LA area.
So you've been to this round one? You know these people?
Well, I know the
guy who owns them or whatever?
Well, probably if I was over in Japan and saw him, I probably would know who it is.
Do you like going over there? Do you like going overseas? I know you've gone in the past. You don't go very often, but do you enjoy it? Or
I used to enjoy going to Japan all the time. I have a lot of friends over there. I haven't been probably in like 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
And I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
Kind of miss the food. Kind of miss seeing my friends.
Yeah.
The food over there is amazing.
Oh,
that's what Mr. Crispin says. Mr. Crispin says the food is fantastic over there.
It's just the way they prepare it and how they prepare it. That's what makes it great.
Okay.
Is because they take pride in what they do.
Yeah.
They don't just throw it on the grill and start cooking.
Right.
I mean, they kind of like manicure it a little bit. They massage it a little bit.
Massage it a little bit. They get it right.
Yeah, they do. They season it perfectly.
Yeah, and the people over there are so grateful with any kind of education or any kind of knowledge you can give them, any kind of tips in their game.
Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. You know, I used to go over there, and it was fun to go over, and then all of a sudden, all these two-handers start coming out.
Yeah.
They weren't interested in me anymore. They were interested in
sad.
Belmo and
super sad.
And Oscu and all the two-handed people. You know, because that's how they wanted to bowl. So you know, I kind of miss going to Japan. I really loved it over there.
We should put that request in with Robert Dong. Robert Dong's the guy that he coordinates all these things, travel plans for that area, in conjunction with Mr. Crispin, Bill. Bill's still actively involved with Storm. He says he's not, but he does still leads up all the international team. He still comes to the office when he's in town, and he sits in on meetings, and I'm thankful for it, because if you ever want to meet a passionate person, you need to introduce yourself to Bill Crispin.
Oh my God!
Because that guy has got instinct, and he has a vision and a gut that's just like right for business, you know.
And he still got it too.
Oh yes.
Oh, he's great.
Still got it.
Yeah, he's fiery. He wants to keep moving forward and innovating, and it's great.
Gary, Blair just went ahead and just gave you a shin kick.
What?
Gary,
what is that?
They don't have plain hamburgers in Japan. Can you believe she said that to you?
Well, I know I have a very boring appetite. Like
Plain
I just
hamburgers
eat
in
plain
Japan,
everything.
what's that?
Yeah, I eat everything plain, and
It had to be special made then.
yeah. How's the scoring pace going out in front of us? We haven't talked about bowling. I don't see anything good in front of us right now.
Not really too good. This D looks pretty good. A, B, C, D.
Yeah, A, B, C, D. we shall call you D. And D is that gentleman came up and wants to take a picture with you and this kid, right? So
Right.
he's
He wants
asking?
me to photobomb his kid.
Okay, got it.
We've had one of our listeners here ask if you've ever bowled in Bill O'Neill's backyard.
Bill O'Neill's back? No, I haven't bowled in Bill's backyard.
Yeah.
No.
Does he have bowling center in his backyard?
He
Bill?
could.
I know there was.
I think Bill's from Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken, or just outside of it, correct?
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Pete making a happy fan. The fan asked Pete if Pete could photobomb. Hey, Pete, do you need a break or anything? You want to take a walk?
Yeah.
Okay. So Pete's going to head out for a minute. And
5 minutes or so?
Yeah, whatever. Just go grab a little break and come back, and we'll call this third game action, chat some more. And for our fans listening, we're going to give away a code red.
Yeah.
And it's a Pete Weber question. And so when Pete's back from a little break, we'll do a code red giveaway.
That sounds great.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't.
be
It's
back
just me
shortly.
and you now. All right. All right, so there is some action going on, qualifying round. Tomorrow we're giving away $20,000, okay? $20,000. And again, this is an amateur event, the True Amateur Tournaments.com. Again, earlier in the broadcast I said how this is one of my absolute favorite events of the year. I look forward to coming to it because I get to see friends from all over the world. And truly, it's an international event. People come, and just yesterday, on our camera, we had Germany, Mexico, of course, all over the United States, Canada, all right, bowling at one time right in front of us. I just think it's really special. And everyone kind of, they get on and they learn each other, like they get to know each other, and then they become friends. And then the next time they come to the TAT, it's like old home week, right? You're like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's just like you just seen these guys yesterday, these bowlers yesterday, and the friendships you make, they last forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really quite a fun event. And there's a lot of money to be won and a lot of different ways to win money, a lot of divisions and the special tournaments. We had a senior-only event early in the week where Russ Davies won. He was crowned the champion, and he won $3,000 for that special one-day only event. Nicholas Duplan from Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes won the Storm Challenge the other night for $5,000. And then tomorrow someone's going to win 20 grand.
How exciting.
Yeah, it's good. Don, what do you see out there in the field? Let's talk a little bit. While Pete's off taking a little bit of a break, what's going on in your world with bowling? You are a very active regional manager. You also get into Canada a little bit. You also come to this tournament once every probably year and a half. So you pop into this event. You have lots of friends from around the country and in the bowling industry, so you like to come out and make sure you can see these bowlers and keep in touch with them. What do you see for our sport? I have my own take on it. I think things are looking really good, so I'm super excited about what we got going on. And from Storm perspective, we just launched that spin program at Bowl Expo, which is going over fantastically. But, what do you see in bowling in general?
Well, speaking of the spin program, Gary, I've been getting some inquiries about it, and so during our trade show swing this year, I think we're going to be quite busy talking about that. I mean, it's a great program for the beginning consumer to come on in and get their hands on a testing of a resin bowling ball, and so they can go ahead and they can see the ball hook and they can come out and they can enjoy our wonderful sport. I'm seeing that here in bowling centers that are talking about their league base growing. I've been hearing tournament groups that are having their turnouts being higher.
Yep.
I think our industry is actually creating a unique growth to it.
Yes.
There's a lot more bowlers that are attending open play, and proprietors are figuring out ways to harness them and get involved in our sport and get them involved in short-term leagues, and in turn that gets them to purchase the bowling ball, and if they take a liking to it, they'll start bowling more leagues or just do it recreationally. I see our sports turning positive. I do see growth in it, and I see our future being very bright. And I don't see the doom and gloom you hear from some people. It's just not there. I mean, it's growing. It's growing rapidly.
I don't see it either.
No. If it was doom and gloom, Junior Gold wouldn't be as popular as it is.
Sure.
We wouldn't be able to have our tournament, which we hosted in in Reno, Nevada.
Storm Youth Championships.
Yeah, it wouldn't have filled in just a few days. And you wouldn't see high school bowling growing. I mean, going to Wisconsin and attending the state high school finals, it is amazing just to see how the kids, the kids have to go through 3 stages of qualifying to get to the state finals. And they have about 450 kids that participate in that event. It's wall-to-wall. Bowling center proprietors will leave and travel to the event to cheer their bowlers on. I mean, it's incredible. It's a great event. I really like to see that type of high school bowling throughout the country and help it grow. It's awesome.
Well, Don, I think you and I just share that passion too. I think we choose to look at the positive stuff as opposed to any negative stuff, and I think there's a whole lot of positive things in our sport. So, yeah, I'm down with you, my friend. And I'm looking forward to traveling with you. I mean, you and I are going to be on the schedule coming up for some distributor trade shows. So some of our distributors that I get to go to are, like I get to go to Bob's Business, I believe, Delora Brothers.
Yep.
Where else did you request me? Oh, I'm on the schedule to go to Bufa, which I've never been to Bufa, but I know you always talk about.
Yeah, the booth is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Their trade show's different. They open it up to the general public on one day, and they have it closed just for pro shop operators and proprietors for one day. And they have a tournament that bowlers from all over Canada, I should say the eastern side of Canada, come and attend the event. And it's almost like a mini pro-am, but they have an opportunity to bowl against the pros.
Yeah.
And it's an actual tournament. And so they're excited to come on in and test their skills against some of the greatest bowlers in the world. And it's just a really cool event. And it's nice to be in touch. They're like we call our matchmaker, they call their Bufa demo. Their demo is incredible. They have over 400 people show up to demo bowling balls, and they take it very seriously.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a great event. I look forward to it every year. It's very, in my eyes, it's very refreshing being around. You see an event like that being so successful. It gives you energy and wakes you up, prepares you for the season. It's excellent.
Yeah.
I know during Bob's trade show in Chicago and Red Wing, you're going to be putting a presentation on about the spin program.
Yeah.
And
also be going to Portillo's, Don. Let's not kid ourselves.
Oh yeah, well that's
probably twice.
That's the main trip.
Yeah.
Portillo's.
Portillo's.
There's one just outside O'Hare when you land.
I would like to thank Storm for sponsoring my visit to Portillo's. And Bill and Dave, I promise I'll do some work while I'm there.
That's awesome.
We'll start a Portillo's bowling league.
There you go.
Storm only. Storm Portillo's bowling league.
There you go. We'll go ahead and we'll get a ball named the Foot Long or something like
that.
Yeah,
there we go. It's fantastic.
It's incredible. What I find unique about our sport when you start talking to bowlers, just to see the realm as far as the different types of careers that these bowlers have. It's just it's you talk from lawyers to doctors to auto mechanics to computer programmers. I think it creates such a versatility, and it's unique to watch all these bowlers mesh, and they all speak the same language. They speak bowling.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Speaking of speaking the language, Jason Sullivan wants to know what the pattern is that we're bowling on, and it is a specially designed pattern just for the TAT.
Yes,
Jamie makes adjustments every year with the pattern. So every TAT event will have a special pattern that's designed from Kegel, which is the leader in oil pattern development and that side of the business. And they work with Jamie to develop a pattern specifically that plays fair for all styles at the Orleans Bowling Center. And so allowing the left-hand part, lefties, the righties, people throw it straight, people to hook it more. Everyone has an equal, I guess, advantage. No one really has an advantage. So if you're at home and you're like, well, the tournament might cater to a certain style of bowler, no. We have every style of bowler here and at every skill level here. And the pattern plays fair all week long, and I think it's just a really, really good event. So it's not a house shot. Scores are lower than you'll see in a house shot. I like this guy's shirt right in front of us right here.
So do I.
Storm, the Bowlers Company. It's a nice one.
It is.
Looks like he's coming to our pair right in front of us, 17-18. Anyway, my point is Jamie and his team at the TAT do an amazing job. And then you add in Mr. Coffin and Daryl and the staff at the Orleans and how amazing a job they do. And then, in my opinion, Storm is as the presenting sponsor of the TAT we bring people like Pete Weber, and the other day Jason Belmonte was here, and we have people like yourself, Doan, and we've got Lee Up, and
Mike
Chad, and Mike Devaney. Tavio even makes a guest appearance throughout the week. Anyway, our Storm team is here on hand to help enhance the experience for the bowlers. And so when you look at all this, it's no wonder that the TAT, it's not even a question why the TAT keeps growing, because you have a great tournament organization in the TAT, what Jamie does. You have a great venue in what Mr. Kaufman and the team here at the Orleans does. And then you have supporting help from Storm, the bowlers company. And so what we do is have fun all week long. We give away some money and prizes. We help bowlers. We educate them throughout the week. Try to give them tips and
absolutely
things that will help them in future tournaments. And so
we're not here as far as servicing staff. We're here open to help anybody.
Yeah, anyone.
And it's amazing, that you hear people come by and they make a mention that they're afraid to go ahead and ask questions, and we're here to help. We're here to go ahead and support, and any way we can help answer any questions or get somebody lined up or talk about surface adjustment, that's what we're here for. We're here to help educate.
We just had our friend from Alaska on 17, Mr. Kraft, James Kraft, Crafty as we call him. Oh, this is going to be fun. You just bowled 250? 248? 249? Good? Bowling good? Not bowling good? All right, Crafty, they're sending signals to the booth like smoke signals or something like that. Is that what you do in Alaska? We don't know how to read this stuff. We don't know what you're saying. We don't know what you're saying, but we're talking.
Oh, he did the century mark.
Oh, yeah, the report is Crafty bowled 150, then went down to 1 and 2 and bowled 250, and he started this game with a strike.
Yeah, he had
That's
the century mark.
report. So he's plus. He needs a big game to make the cut, I imagine. It's usually taking. I mean, it's taking 630 or 640, maybe a bit more. Hi, Mr. Calderon. Do you not have anyone to help you carry your bags?
What's that, sir?
You don't have anyone to help you carry your bags down? I thought your caddy was here.
If I throw it, I have to carry it. That's the rule. I set good examples for when the women are out on the women's.
For when you're repping on
Correct.
the
That way, if
women's.
they ask me to do it, Rob and I have this thing where, listen, I carry my own.
Yes. Mr. Calderon helps out our friends at EBI from time to time on the ladies' tour, repping. I think he helps out with like Rob Gottschall and all the. And just so you know, back at home, all of our company, we're all friends, like in our industry. So Mike's a great guy, and I saw his wife here supporting him earlier. She bowls on the women's tour from time to time. Bowling family, another bowling family.
Yes, and a Hall of Famer.
Who? Calderon?
No, Leanne.
Oh, my wife.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she bowls good. Yep. Finished 20th this week on a condition which I didn't think was really suitable for a game.
No.
I think that going around it was not. I think it was better to kind of chuck it up the lane this week, not go around it. So she did not. She bowled good, made the cut, whatever. Oh no, Crafty 7-10s. Oh no, that's not good.
That's not good luck.
He needs a big game. He did not need the 7-10 action. We lost Pete.
Yeah.
Pete's gone.
Well, I'm sure he's getting requested as far as autographs and.
Yeah.
And so he's a little tied up now.
There's Mr. Sagers walking by. He looks happy as usual. He bowled 300 the other day. 300 game, Mr. Sagers. That's about normal for him usually.
Yeah, it is.
He's always bowling quite well.
He's a very good player.
From Utah guy. Guess what equipment he uses? Go out on a limb.
I'd probably have to go on a limb and say probably Storm and Rotogrip.
That's right.
Well, that's a
How
good
did
guess.
you guess that one?
Good guess. Here comes Pete. You know, Dick was one of my all-time idols.
He's coming back. Dick Weber?
Yeah.
He remembers everyone's name. You know he had that knack? Dick
Oh.
Weber could remember everybody's name.
I know. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Absolutely. Pete's joining us back. He found his good friend Phyllis, who lives in town, and Pete occasionally will stay at their home and when he visits. And so it's nice Phyllis came down, so they got to chat a minute, right?
Yeah, we got to chat a minute. Got to
Yeah.
talk about a few things, and it's really nice to see her again. You know, she's always good to me and always takes care of me when I'm at stay at her house.
Yeah.
Good food.
Really?
Is she a good
Italian food.
Good cook.
Oh yeah.
Good cook.
Her
Okay.
husband's not too bad on that grill either.
Ah.
Joe's pretty good on with the barbecued ribs and barbecue salmon on that thing.
Oh,
too.
my gosh.
It's really good. Crab legs.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Am I making you hungry yet?
So,
Yeah, it sounds a hair bit better than all-time appetizer or anytime appetizers.
you know, Pete and I went and had breakfast before we came up to the bowl today, and I would say that we did eat breakfast, but we didn't because our breakfast was a bit on the cold side, so we both kind of like took a few bites, and that was about the end of,
Yeah,
the end of it.
Wasn't like a hot breakfast.
Yeah, we kind of. Yeah, I'll probably need to eat lunch even.
I'm in.
Don, you're always in.
Oh, yeah.
If food is involved, you're in. All right, so Pete is back. We promised that we're going to give away a Code Red, Pete. And
Okay.
here's how the game is played. How many U.S. Open championships have you won?
I have 5.
5 total U.S. Opens.
5 totals.
That includes the senior? Did you win
7 U.S. Opens then.
Including, yes, that's,
I have
yes.
2 senior U.S. Opens.
So we were going to say he's won 7 U.S. Opens, 5 on the regular tour and 2 in senior events.
Yes.
So your quest, your challenge to win a Code Red, and we will pick one of the people that gets the right answer. You have to name the cities and bowling centers in which Pete won each of the 7 U.S. Opens. So you've got some homework to do. You got to go to Google. You got to figure it
some
out.
homework to do too.
Pete, if you don't remember where you won your 7 U.S. Opens, I'm going to be very sad because that has to be like the coolest thing ever. So I think Pete knows. So Pete will be he will verify here. You can write it down
I'm
on.
gonna write these down.
Okay, Pete's writing them down in the booth right now, and we're going to give you because this is a challenging question. We're going to give you about 15 minutes to do this, and that will end on by my clock. My clock says it's 12:33, so in 15 minutes it's going to be. Well, now it says 12:34. It just moved. We're just going to pick a time. We're going to say 12:50 my time. We're giving a prize away. Code Red, 12:50. Make it 12:45. I'm making it 12:45.
There we go.
I just changed the rules. But we can do it. It's our giveaway.
That's
we can
right.
change the rules. Hey, look, one of you guys is going to win a Code Red. You're going to email me your shipping address and your ball weight, and I'm going to send you a Code Red. It's to compliments of Pete Weber. So how cool is that?
It's coming out of Doan's budget, though.
It's coming out of Doan's budget. That's right. We've got it all figured out. I'll do the paperwork. It'll be comped off Doan, and it'll be compliments of Pete Weber. There you go. So you can tell your friends. The winner gets to tell their friends, I won a ball from Pete Weber.
Wow, somebody's on fire on here.
You got to write an all-in-one answer. Odellis, you can't put Fountain Valley, then 2 in North Brunswick. You can't put that. It has to be in one answer. There's a rule. There's rules here. There's rules here in the storm booth.
Good to see you. Tell him to come over here. I'll kick him right here. Well, I would have to say to the first person that
Gets it right?
gets it right in order.
In order.
In order. Boy, that would make it tough.
Boy, he's making him work for it.
Wow.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Let's do it. You have to get it in order, too. So type your answer in the chat. That's the only way we can verify it. Everyone that gets the right answer, we'll throw your name in a hat. We'll randomly select a winner, and you're going to win a Code Red. compliments of Tavio off Tavio's budget now.
I like Tavio's budget better.
I had to make sure Tavio was still awake. He actually
doesn't
looked.
say much, does he?
No, he's not mic'd up, but he can hear everything we say, but he can't. He doesn't have a speaker.
Let's see.
That's perfect.
It's great. I'm going to step out for 1 second, okay?
Sure.
You guys carry on and wish my buddy from Alaska, James Crafty, a better luck because that 710 derailed him.
Pete, which one of the events that you've won has been the most memorable, or the one that's really set apart?
Oh, I think the 5th U.S. Open, because I had already tied Dad and Don Carter, which they had won the All-Star, which they bowled a lot more games than I bowled to win their tournaments. That's the All-Star used to be a 100-game tournament.
Oh my God!
And Dad won it 4 times. Don Carter won it 4 times. And when I won my 4th U.S. Open, they're like, "Oh, you're tied with your dad, Don Carter, for the most U.S. Opens." Mm-hmm. And then when I won the 5th one, that was the one that really sticks out to me. Of course, you got to remember the one I dropped the trophy too. You know, so.
I was in my college dorm room when that happened.
My mom has pieces of that trophy.
Really?
That has my autograph on it, and she still has them in her display case. She won't get rid of them yet. But
That's great.
It's over like Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. So I got some pieces around the country a little bit, you know.
Oh, the look on your face! Oh my God, I'll never forget that.
Oh, it was. I was like, oh shit, am I in trouble again or what? I really thought I did something bad.
What happened? Didn't they screw the bottom on or something like that?
Well, Norm Duke saw the whole thing. And he watched Nelson Burton Jr. take the trophy. It was double stick tape.
Okay.
So he kind of unstuck the double stick tape and turned it for the camera to take a picture of it.
Gotcha.
And then never bothered to put it back.
Oh, okay.
And then I asked Chief Wapinski at the time, "Is this solid on there?" He says, "Oh yeah, it's screwed and bolted down." So I didn't have any problem like lifting it over my head, and sure enough, it wasn't screwed or bolted down, and it just come tumbling over. The eagle has landed.
You know, you're not the only person that's happened to. Alita Seal is in my territory. I love Alita to death. She's excellent. And I spent some time with her now recently, and she has her U.S. Open trophy on display. And I asked her, I said, "Is this attached at the bottom?" She goes, "Well, actually not." She goes, "The same thing that happened to Pete happened to me."
Oh. Yeah.
The eagle didn't fly very well.
No, the eagle doesn't fly. But the cool thing was, that was a handcrafted eagle from Holland.
That's what she was saying.
And they got me another one. The USBC got me another one.
Oh, very cool.
I'm not allowed to touch it either. It's on display downstairs in the basement, but I am not allowed to touch it. It might land again.
Oh, that's a great story. Which is your favorite city to bowl in?
I got a couple favorite cities to bowl in. I like Mooresville, North Carolina, George Pappas's place.
Yep.
For some reason, I just destroy that house when I bowl in it.
Is that Victory Lanes? Is that
Victory Lanes, yeah. And then Woodland Bowl in Indiana. I love that place too. I won like 5 regionals there. A couple of national titles, 2 majors there, so there's somebody's got a hint there. Trying to figure that one out, though.
I know you're very well liked in Indianapolis. Well, that's where I live now, and many times I go walking on in, and when I'm visiting the pro shops in the area, they'll stop on by, and I'll get questions about you and how you're doing, and numerous times they'll start bringing up one of the tournaments you won in the area.
Oh, that's really nice. I love Indiana. It's where Mom and Dad were born and raised.
Indianapolis, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then actually, my brother Rich and sister Paula were born in Indianapolis too.
No way. Huh.
But Dad showed me where he'd walk uphill to school, and then he showed me where he walked uphill to go home too. Barefoot in mud, and you know how dads are.
Oh yeah. Did you ever get a chance to go by the house that they grew up in,
No, it didn't exist anymore.
Doesn't exist. Okay.
No, it didn't exist. I'm not real sure if they would know where it was at.
Yeah, Indy's changed quite a bit.
Now I know where my grandmother's house was, where my mom grew up. That's still there, and I know where it's at.
Okay.
I could probably get there. I could, it's right off of Washington Street.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's by a big church, big park area. I couldn't tell you the name of the street that it was, but I could find it if I really wanted to.
Yeah, maybe next time you come to Indy, we'll drive on by and reminisce a little bit.
All right. Sounds good, yeah. First place I ever got stung by a bee. Reminisce.
The things we remember.
Oh, that's awesome.
That gentleman on 18 with the nice storm shirt looks like he's throwing a lock. He figured this pair out.
Yeah, he's got an open and a six-bagger up there.
That works.
Our buddy Crafty from Alaska, he's bowler A, 7-10, and then it got derailed. Then it went 8-1, 9 out. Now he's figured out something. The 7-10 has the ability to just unnerve people because it went from you thought it was a pretty good shot to it's now an open for the most part.
Yeah, it's the difficulty level now is relatively high.
Beautiful. We got 3 minutes left to answer the question, which is in order, Pete Weber's 7 U.S. Open championships, and then we'll get everyone's name that got it right, and we'll select a winner.
Pete, what was the first PBA tournament you won?
Windsor Locks, Connecticut.
Wow.
I beat
Bradley Bowl?
Bradley Bowl. I beat Jeff Mattingly. Or no, I beat Pete McCordick. And that's when Pete still hadn't won yet.
Yep.
Struck out in the 9th and 10th to make him throw a double in the 10th, and he didn't throw the first one. He left a light 7th in.
How old were you? Do you remember?
18.
18 years old.
Wow. That's an iconic center. That thing is legendary. There's been a lot
of first-time winners there.
Yeah, there's
Bradley
a lot
Bowl.
of PBA events been in that house. That this might sound half crazy, but I really enjoy walking into the summer centers that had like a lot of tournaments and just try and relive the moments, and as far as the years of history, it's just love it. It's awesome.
From what I understand, the Riviera Lanes in Akron is still open.
Yeah, it is.
And they still have, from what I understand, they still have like clips of papers from like the very first Firestone Tournament of Champions that they had there.
I think that's been removed. I'm not
yeah?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, my very first time in there was '96, and driving up Miller Road, they had the past champions. They had their banners. I'm driving along. I'm just sort of not paying attention. It was early in the morning. It was my first call that morning. I'm driving along. I'm looking up, and it's like, wow, they have bowlers' names up here. And I'm driving. I turn the corner, and there's the center. I'm like, oh, I get it now. It's all the past champions. You come walking in, and there's a sign that hung above the door. The greatest bowlers in the world walk through these doors.
Right.
And when you walked in, you turned to the left, and up against that wall there, they bronzed the paper. The paper that wrote for the day before, the day after the event, and they had like some of the players' gloves, they had some of their shoes, they had a ball, and it was attached with that write-up. And it's seen Don Johnson there. We know when he shot 299. It's super historic. It was great.
It's excellent there. Actually, down in Woodland Bowl, they have a little room down in the bar area with a bunch of my dad's trophies, pictures, and things.
Yes.
That my mom tried to give them to people that would appreciate them.
Yeah.
So I gave some to Mr. Doty, and I was really surprised when I walked in there because he said, "Yeah, well, I'll take some. I'll make a little room for him." And I know they used to have that big the sports bar at the high end of the house.
Yes.
Where it used to be.
Yes.
And now it's down at the low end of the house into the new bar.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really cool there too. I really appreciate everything that Jim Doty and the staff in Indianapolis does for us.
They love the Weber family.
We kind of love them too.
Doan, our time is running short for the guests. It's over. No more submissions of your guesses yet or anymore. Doan, you're going to go through.
Did I see a Jeff Carter on there?
No, that's Jeff Case.
Oh, okay.
So Pete is going to announce the cities, and Doan, you can verify, and then I'll write down the names of the winners, okay?
Okay.
So that we have the fair who won. So Pete, take us through chronologically all
I'll
seven.
I'll even give you the year.
All 7 of these. And then Doan, you verify.
Okay.
Okay, the first one, Atlantic City, 1988.
Okay.
Second one, Indianapolis, 91. The third one, New Brunswick, New Jersey, 2004. Fourth one, Fountain Valley, Orange County, Orange County, 07. Then the fifth regular one was New Brunswick, New Jersey, 2012.
5 U.S. Open championships. That's remarkable.
And then the 2 senior ones were Las Vegas, 2014, Las Vegas, 2016.
For a grand total of 7 United States Opens. Man, why do you bowl so good in that event? Well, Doan's figuring that out. Why? Tell the people why that event is so meaningful to you.
Because you have to bowl. It's not just throw the ball and watch it hook back and strike.
Yeah.
You got to keep the ball in a play area. You got to make sure that when you don't strike, that you're leaving something that you can make. Like a 2-pin or something like that, you know, because when the U.S. Open, you can shoot 150 at any given time, depending on the pair. So you really got to stay on top of your game. You got to see what the pair's doing and stay clean. You got to fill frames. If you don't fill frames, then you're not going to bowl good.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about that tournament that I totally enjoy is that it's not just throw the ball and watch it hook.
Yeah.
You got to get up there and you got to make shots.
And spares.
And that's one thing that I feel that I excel at.
Yeah, good, solid shot making. You're smart about how your ball's shape, and you're good at your spare game, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the hardest tournament to win, and that's why I get up for it. I get up for all the majors, but I especially get up for the U.S. Open because I feel it's the hardest tournament to win.
Yeah. My wife, Leanne, she loves the U.S. Open. That's her favorite event every year. She looks forward to it for similar reasons. One, they're usually demanding. 2, she appreciates the longer format. She feels the more games, the more deserving the champion.
I agree with that too. I think the longer format is good for me because I feel like the longer I stay on one shot, the better I'm getting at it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why at the end of the week we're averaging a little better at the end of the week than we are at the beginning of the week. So it just makes it that much more exciting to do.
Very good. Doan, did you figure it out?
Well, I'm trying to get a pen to write one off. And what I get right here, there's a lot of people that got in for the U.S. Opens, but only a couple have actually put in for the seniors.
Well, that's too bad. Then they're out. They got no chance. Sorry for your luck.
No soup for you?
Yeah, we're giving away the ball.
No soup for you.
We made the rules pretty clear. Pete went through his list, so it's good. It's a hard question.
It's not an easy one.
Just because there's so many. 7. It's ridiculous.
Gary, I think if we had the question, it'd be very simple. How many U.S. Opens we've won?
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Never, anywhere. You all win. Everybody wins. You get a car. You get a car. Everybody. We're like Oprah.
I feel like I'm at Oprah show.
Oprah show. All right, Donor. I think we got. I think we got this.
Right here.
Let me see Pete's notes. I think. Okay. Okay. No, he look.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey Pete, did you win the Senior Open in 14 or 15?
14.
14.
14.
And then again in 16. So you took 15 off. You let someone
No,
else win?
I finished third in 15.
You let someone else win.
Yeah, well, can't. As much as I'd like to win everything, you know, got to get a bad break every once in a while.
Don, do we have any winners?
Well, I think we have one. I just want to verify just.
All right, as we finish up, my buddy Crafty, representing Alaska, had 166 on this pair. They followed. He bowled 250 the game before. Now he bowled 160. So obviously he didn't like the pair.
Well, I got some bad news.
Okay.
We have 3 people that actually have listed all the events chronologically. We have 3 people that have listed the wrong date for one of the Senior U.S.
So
Open.
nobody won.
So nobody won.
Okay, so no one could get all 7 correct. That's fine. Let's still give away a code red by we'll spin the chat and we'll select a winner.
Okay.
So here we'll do it like this. This person.
Laura Sands.
Laura Sands is our winner.
All right. Well, congratulations, Laura. Thank you for paying that much attention to the way I bowl. I really appreciate that.
Laura's actually one of them that had them all listed, but like the 2 other ones, she had 2015 as far as instead of 2014.
So Laura, I'm typing in right now. Please email.
I know it was 2. I didn't win back-to-back.
It'd be funny if Pete got his own question wrong, though.
I probably did.
That would be awesome.
Knowing me, I probably did.
That would be fantastic, actually.
Well, to be honest with you, how easy is it to go ahead and keep? How many tour titles do you have?
37.
How do you keep them all straight?
37. I don't.
Oh my God.
The only ones I know is the major ones.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Your majors, and I know you and Walter had this thing where you're going to see who's going to be the first one to win 100 total PBA championships, right? Including regional, seniors, all that. And who got there first?
He did.
Are you there yet?
No, I haven't got to 100 yet. I'm still at 99.
Okay.
Still at 99. Well, he bowls a lot more regionals than I bowl. So, you know.
He's more actively bowling,
yeah.
So Walter won the race to 100, and I want to ask a funny question that you don't have to answer, but just in your history of being on tour, you get along with everyone pretty much. Everyone likes Pete Weber. The players like Pete Weber. You like the players, all that stuff. Has there ever been anyone that you didn't quite get on with that, just for whatever reason? And you don't have to answer.
Not really. I mean, you have your arguments with everybody. But no, I get along with just about everybody. I don't. I try to be nice to everybody. Sometimes it don't work out that way, but it's just one of them things. With your dad being Dick Weber, you better get along with everybody.
He got along with everybody.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, good. It looks like they turned the camera back to us, Tavio. Thanks for the heads up, Pete.
Yeah,
we're back.
Sitting here picking my nose.
Yeah. Thanks for the little advance warning, Tavio. Real nice work. Thanks. Thank you all for joining us. This has wrapped up our session with Pete Weber. He's going to be here today and tomorrow in Las Vegas. If you happen to be in Las Vegas and you'd like to meet Pete Weber, you can swing by the Orleans, say hello, grab an autograph. He's got brand new autograph cards here that Matt Martin at Storm made for him that are a limited edition, so it's kind of a collectible deal. And Pete, thank you very much for your time in the booth today. We certainly appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. This is kind of neat for me. I don't get to do stuff like this very often, so this is kind of really cool for me to do.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. And Doan, I appreciate all your time as well
all
the time. You're one of my good buddies in our industry, and anytime I get to hang out with you,
Boy,
it's
is that called sucking up or what?
man, I want him to take me to Portillo's. It's all about Portillo's.
Okay.
Man, that's about it. So, hey, until next time, we're going to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow where we're going to give away $20,000 to the winner and a lot more cash to the other finalists. So until next time, remember to please bowl up a storm.
Goodbye, Isabella. Goodbye, Nicholas. See you guys soon.
Goodbye, everybody. See you tomorrow.